Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Here you go.
Thank you.
There's another one.
Appreciate it. Good?
Oh, wait.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Like, I always stand, like, right here. I just kind of give them the food. Like, right on the edge. Like, right here. I don't look in the fucking room because I don't want to see who they're fucking. I don't want to see how nice God treats these people, dude, and how convenient they are, how much they have. I certainly don't want to see their fucking date, man. That shit pisses me off, dude. I'm sure whenever I got some Uber food too, I probably pissed off some Uber drivers big time because they weren't just dropping it off at a hotel with some cheap bitch in there. They're dropping it off to my house with my family in there back in the day. So I think God's punishing me. Have a good night. And this one will be called exactly what it is, a Marriott drop. I think we're headed to like the 1920s. It's like everybody's getting drunk. Everybody's out being, and they're just living it up. And see, this is all going to hit us in 2030. Something's going to happen. I think it's going to be the revolution of what Uber's going to try to do with flying Ubers, which is going to change our modern history to something else. I think Uber is going to be behind revolutionizing our future and how we even behave in a way, and the way that we communicate with people. I'm not saying this is bad, you know. I'm just saying that we're not actually. I mean, we might be headed to utopia, but I don't know if that's exactly God's plan. I mean, we're at the point where we're getting things are getting real convenient, you know, even when it comes to money, to the point where there really won't be money. It'll just be kind of like an idea, a discipline, something that you want to do, and no one will be able to stop you from doing what you really want to do, and you will have all the things, you know, that you need. And that's not necessarily good, but yet that's closer to utopia, because if we're getting the things that we want, crime's going to go down, and without crime, then all we have is utopia. And if you think about it, it is lawlessness, because if there is no crime, then there won't really be a need for law. And it makes sense, because we should be able to really do the things that we want, and it will kind of be at the cost of others too, but yet we'll try to balance it out so that there really is no more rich class or poor class, which I think that's where it's kind of at. I mean, even if you're really, really poor in this country, you can still hit a button and get food. You can figure a way out. There's a way around it. You can hack the system. You know, there's a way to get the food. And that's really all you need. You first need oxygen. That's an important part. Then you need water. Okay. Then you'll go for food. Then, of course, you'll try to establish a shelter of some type, a house, whether it be a trailer or a mansion, okay, whatever you do financially. Money's not really part of it. Then fifth, you're going to find a relationship with someone, and there's going to be sex involved, whether it's asexual or whether it's heterosexual or whatever it may be. There will be some type of sex involved. That's number 5. Then you go into self-actualization, which is a higher level, and you start to commune with God. You can't really fully commune with God if you don't have enough oxygen. Do you see what I'm saying? Jesus depends on you to find these needs to be taken care of. Because first you got to breathe before you pray to him, right? Then you'll go for water because you got to live. Then you'll go for food, and then you'll find some type of shelter from the storm, and then there'll be a loved one, a lover will come in, and then there'll be a self-actualization, and you'll start to commune with God in some way, whatever God may be to you, you know. it may be different. Your God may be different than my God, which is Jesus. He seems to be going out of style, but anyway, I don't think the church is going to be after really doing the actions of the Lord right now that much, because they're going to be trying to establish their relationship with the financial world, because that's also become a very strict thing, you know. Just like there's really no studios that are signing these lost artists and things. They have to like find their way on SoundCloud and stuff like that. That's a real popular thing too. Also, churches are not, it's up to them to make sure that they get the money they need to survive and pay their taxes and pay their way on their land or whatever. And they have certain rights and stuff to be a religious organization. But I don't think that their main goal, is to be like what Jesus wanted them to be. Or there wouldn't be guys like me completely abandoned by their family because of sin, you know. Sin should be taken care of. Sin is already taken care of. It already went away when he died on the cross. So why do we have Christian follower, or why do we have women that are Christians, even if they're not Christians and they're going to church? Why are they abandoning their husbands? Well, they're doing that for social reasons. They're doing that to to step up in the social class, right? Or they can't do it because their husband's a sinner. They can't do it because their husband's a failure, or even if their husband's crazy, because that can be taken care of. There's always therapy, or there's always a way to find a better job. So the women that are abandoning their men, which does happen, it's done for social reasons. It's done for their own conveniences. They're not suffering for their man, That's another misconception I think the Bible has. We're to treat them like jewels, but the women need to know that they have to suffer for their men. They have to iron clothes sometimes. They have to cook. They have to sometimes sleep with their man when they don't want to, maybe, because he has needs that he has to be taken care of, or he'll go elsewhere, right? If a woman can't do that, see, a woman is here for a man. But even women's lib has kind of ruined that in a way, where women's lib has said, well, no, that can't be that's not the case. Well, a woman can be independent. A woman can go off and have a girlfriend, and she can go off and work a professional job, and that's a waste. See, when you waste, you can waste a man, right? Even if you're only providing pleasure to him or protection, right? Because a woman can't always procreate because her time runs out or her tubes get taken, right? But if she doesn't pleasure her man and provide him protection, then she's wasting him, okay? So when you find out your woman's starting to become very wasteful when it comes to money, and then all of a sudden she's gone, that's because she's serving something that she shouldn't be serving.